What's good, family? Welcome back to another video. Another 2 weeks have gone by, and yeah, lots of stuff to go on about. I'll be mentioning a little bit about my personal life as well. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. First thing I want to talk about is basically got this offer from my good friend, who's actually in Perth as well, where I live in Australia. We grew up together in high school. I know him pretty well. I regard him as a very, very, very good friend. Basically, he asked me if I wanted to, join him on making this work. I won't tell you what it is because, we're working together, and I don't want to go into details about, sensitive stuff. Because, I could very well lose this offer, and yeah, it wouldn't benefit any of us. So it's better to keep it silent. But it just made me think about the Alex Hormozy quote. You have to, in business, you're going to fail. You're going to fail. You're going to stumble. You're going to fall, right? Because you're still learning, especially if you're a beginner, right? We're both 18 years old. We're both young and dumb. We both, are very small in this business world. And we're trying to make it through. We're trying to learn as much things as possible. And I think the reason why I hopped on his offer and really took it on seriously was because he said to me, all right, I'm trying to start this agency. I'm trying to make it grow. Your skill set complements my skill set. So what he does is sales and remote closing. What I do is I'm a marketer, copywriter, email marketer, ad copywriter, sales page, funnel builder. That's basically my whole resume. And he just does remote closing. He's worked with pretty huge brands. I won't say who they are, but he's worked with huge names, doing a fair amount for himself, doing very well. And so he was like, yeah, I'm kind of, tired of this offer that I have right now. Why don't we work together? And if we combine both of our expertise, we can really make it work. His expertise with working with these agencies, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, how they operate, their systems, with my expertise of, the actual service delivery, of marketing for other people, writing copy and all that stuff. My knowledge with personal brands as well. I could really help him elevate his own personal brand and ultimately landing us clients. And it just reminds me of another famous person, Mr. Beast. I think, if I recall correctly, he mentioned in multiple interviews that, if you're working with a band of brothers, then you could fail twice as fast if you're working with another partner. So me and him, we're working together so we can fail twice as fast, therefore providing us with more lessons, bringing us to success much earlier. And so along with that, I'm trying to learn Facebook ads as well. So if you think about the marketing pyramid, right? At the bottom, it's just marketing theory, customer pain points, human psychology, copywriting, all that stuff, right? And if I already sort of have sufficient knowledge in all of those fields, the next progression, the next stepping stone, I guess you can call it, is learning some sort of ads, whether that's Google ads, YouTube ads, which are basically the same thing, or Facebook ads. And so, from what I've heard with Google ads, they're not doing as well. YouTube ad block is, just a mess right now. If you've been hearing from the news or just been seeing from YouTubers recently, the cost per mil CPM is just really high for YouTube, and it's just not really beginner friendly. Whereas Facebook ads, more specifically Meta ads, Facebook, Instagram are the two big platforms, right? If you just think where like social media, Facebook and Instagram are like the two big top dogs, along with TikTok as well. But like, because Facebook, or like Meta ads, sorry, I should say, own the two biggest platforms, which is Instagram and Facebook, why not invest into Facebook ads? And so that's what I've been learning for, I'll say, the past 3 days, getting solid information on how Facebook ads work, campaigns, ad sets, and the actual ads itself, how much money to put into it, how to spot out the winning ad, CBOs, all that good stuff. And like, it really exposed to me the potency of running paid ads in general, right? Like, organic is nice and cute, but slow and unreliable. Like, you just relying on lead generation through, the algorithm, where anything could happen. Right? Whereas ads, you're literally renting people's attention, and if you execute it well, if your actual ad creative is done well, if your ad copy is done well, if your messaging is on point, it targets the pain points of the whoever's viewing it, and if you set up your pixel correctly, all these variables come hand in hand. And if you do it right, the ROI, the return on investment for paid ads is just through the roof. And like, I really like this Alex Hormozy analogy in his online free course in acquisition.com/training, where he's like, if there was a machine and you could put $1 in and you get, let's say, $5 out, how many $1 coins or notes would you put in to get that sort of return? And the obvious answer is as many coins or notes as you can. So like, if you find that one winning ad and you just put as much money into it as possible, then effectively, sky's the limit. And obviously it's more nuanced than that. You obviously have to test out new trends, test out new ads, so that, the law of entropy, if you leave something, like if you set something aside and just forget about it, then like, it's going to entropy away. It's not going to be as effective. It's not going to be as potent as it once was. So obviously we need to keep an eye out on that. And I'm just trying to learn Facebook ads, Meta ads, whatever. Also, along with this offer that my friend shot at me, he wants to like train this basically his friend up to try and get him to work for us as well. This person very recently graduated from high school, so around my age and his age. So he's really easy to work with. He wants to get into this space of business. So my task with that guy or him is I'm basically his mentor, training him up from what I've learned for the past, I would say, 6 months now, about marketing, human psychology, sales, copywriting, right? All the skills that I've basically accumulated over the past 6 months. and just basically be like an older brother to this person. And we've onboarded him quite recently. We were just like, at first we were just trying to figure out a role for him. Like, we were thinking video editing, appointment setter, working as my right hand man for service delivery. Just trying to figure out his role. And like, I think the main role that he's gonna adopt is just being my student, being literally a sponge, like trying to soak up as much information from me as possible, because our main thing is just to try to get him on par with me as soon as possible. And the time frame I basically gave him was 3 weeks. So I learned copywriting in 3 months. He's going to learn it in 3 weeks. And the reason why it took so long for me was because I didn't really have a mentor, like a 24/7 access mentor, where I basically go on one-on-one calls, basically ask any question, it will be answered within, like, at the end of the day, type thing. So him having access to me and knowing and like basically learning everything within 1 or 2 months, he's definitely going to learn copywriting in 3 weeks for sure. I'm going to make sure that happens. But so far I've had 3 calls with him. Super chill dude, really good person, really fast learner, right? Like, when I started with copywriting, like, even a week in, I didn't have any clue about what's in it for me is, what the angle is, and what the overall marketing strategy of behind that copy was. But like, this guy just gets it. He's like I'm saying stuff to him, right? I don't think he had prior marketing knowledge before, but like, when I teach him about a certain topic, like, it just clicks for him. And like, yeah, good for him. He's gonna help our agency scale to the moon. He's gonna help me keep accountable with my quality of work, and yeah, just basically be a little brother to me. And aside from all the business stuff, for the past 2 weeks, a personal note that that has really hit hard for me is that you should really show gratitude to the people who've basically raised you, right? I'm not talking about parents. Obviously, you should show gratitude to your parents. Like, I don't think I need to mention that. But like, the people who I grew up with, more specifically my high school boys, right? Like, yeah, they've just had such a profound impact in my life. Whether they know it or not, if you're watching this video, I just want to say massive thank you to you guys who have helped me through high school. You see all these entrepreneurs, all these gurus online saying how high school sucks for them, how they were just the outcast, how they were bullied in high school or whatnot. I just had quite the opposite experience. I was the one who was very secure in my friend group. They've always supported me. I've always supported them. Back in high school, I was very studious, I would say, almost a nerd. Because I thought, going to uni or getting a job was the way for me. Clearly, that didn't turn out the way that I initially intended it to. But like, my boys will always be my boys. My high school boys would always have a special place in my heart. And if you're watching this video and you can't relate to what I'm saying, right? You're sort of like an outcast in high school, right? Um, I don't know what to say to you guys, but like I've just always been secure in whatever friend group I was in. They've always showed love to me. And I guess if you move through life with sort of like this resentment towards your peer group, then like you're clearly doing something wrong, because I don't care about what the gurus say. Um, I think my boys have always been, I guess, always in my corner, right? Even though some of them did have doubts of me trying to pursue this initially. Um, right now it's just nothing but love, you know, and I just really want to thank them. Again, if you're watching this, I really want to thank you. Um, actually, one of them, I actually hung out with one of them. Just grabbed the meat box near where I lived, near where I live, and the conversations we just had, right. I basically texted him, yo, like I'm just feeling really stressed and anxious. Do you want to go hang out sometime? And like he was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. When are you free? And then yeah, I was just free yesterday. Grabbed the meat box with him. Did not talk about business like at all, basically. And yeah, like it just really gave me a good reset on, you know, life, and just it allowed me to take a step back and just observe everything going on into my life in a third person point of view. And that, you know, this game of business is just, it's going to be a small part of my life. Like I wouldn't make money. I would never make money my idol. I think friends and family, at least to me, right, it's going to be much bigger than money. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to this part of the series. If you stuck through to the end, I really applaud you, because, you know, these videos are going to be unedited. It's going to be my true authentic self speaking to a camera. I basically said everything I wanted. Again, thank you for tuning in. My socials are going to be linked down below. And yeah, you have a nice one.